Hello guys, Axter here. I am remaking the face-off tutorial because I realised that I explained it slightly wrong the first time, so I'm going to be remaking it now. So this one requires you to convert the number up here into the Mycelian base naming system using this stuff. That's a bad way to say it. Using these predetermined names and using factors in a specific way. That's the bit I explained wrong the first time. So let's take this number, and we're going to split it into its two factors because it doesn't already have a predetermined name, and it has to follow these two properties. It has to have the absolute difference minimized, which is what I did every single time before. But this part is crucial. Require the least amount of roots to express. Roots not meaning the numerical roots, it means the roots in this table. So if you can find two factors that are single termed, those take priority over ones that have a single term and a three term factor. So let's just get started with this one. We have the number 2940. If we factor 2940, we get these. Now we have to consider which one requires the least amount of factors when we combine them together. Effectively, can it be expressed by two of these factors? Let's see if this. The obvious two to pick would be the two next to each other, which would be, I think, 1670? No. 1649. 28 and 30. Nearly. Yeah, that's too small now. 1335. Let's talk about this. Two nearest to each other are 49 and 60. These require multiple factors, so is there one earlier on from here that is single factors for both of them? Just looking at it, doesn't seem like it is, because the highest we go is 100. So if highest is 100 here, and none of these ones next to it are actually splittable into a singular root 2 factor, so we're going to be going with this one. So it's going to be 49 and 60. 49 is 7 squared, so this clearly splits into 7 and 7, because those are going to be the closest together, least amount of roots, and they weren't the only roots to begin with. 60, on the other hand, might be slightly more complicated. Because we have 4 factors here, and we have to figure out if we can get 2 factors that are single termed that might not be the closest two together. So let's look at this. The closest two together are 10 and 6. These two can be expressed as single termed factors. So this one satisfies both rules, so this is going to be 10, 6 and 10. Now converting these, thankfully we had one where we didn't have to use the another hen and snare. Hopefully the other one, it looks like it probably will. So converting this, we have hepta, and then hepta again, and then hexa decimal. So if we've done this right, we should have heptip to hexadecimal. And we type it out using the keyboard. Ignore the random casing, that's just a design choice for this. Hexadecimal. Hopefully, if we've done that right, we get a self-module. Let's do another one. Okay, so if I'm quickly thinking, 3117 doesn't split into very nice factors. So we're going to start off with 3 and 1039 because we know those are our only options. So we will satisfy both of these by default. So 3 is already predetermined. Try. It's now we have to move on to this one. Since it could have been split down into two factors, we know it's a prime number. So we're going to be adding an un here and reducing this by 1. So we now have a composite number. Factoring this number, we get 2, 3, 173. Now the closest ones would definitely be 2 times 3 and 173. And there's no other way to get two factors that are closer to each other, and none of them will be single termed. So the 2 and the 3 here make 6. 6 is hexa. Again, 173 is a prime number. So we're going to be adding another un and reducing by 1. 172. This is the closest we're going to get is 2 squared and 43. So that's going to be 4 and 43. 4 is predetermined, tetra. 43 again is not predetermined, so it could be factoring again. Even. It will be 42. So we're going to be adding an and reduce it by 1. So now we have 2, 3, and 7. This one might be slightly more complicated because the closest ones we have are in fact 6 and 7, which are both predefined. So we can happily go for that one immediately. I'll explain an example that isn't as clear cut after this. So that's hexa. And then since this is the end of the number, we're going to be using septimal, the end of the word. So our final. So we also have the vowel sequences here. If a root that ends with A or O is followed by beginning with any vowel, we have here tetra un. The vowel at the end of the first root is removed, so we actually get tetran. And we get it here as well, so we get hexan. Here, however, it's slightly different. If a root ends with I and is followed by a root beginning with I or U, trian, the vowel at the beginning of the second root is removed, so it becomes trin. So if we've done this right, we get trin, hexa, I've done that wrong. You can't, unfortunately you can't backspace on this, so you're just going to have to eat the strike here. So there's one thing about this module, you have to type it right the first time. So let's try it again. Try, and notice that the keyboard's shuffled round if you strike on it. Hex-un, not hex-r. Hex-un. Tetran. hexaseptimal. Trin, hexan, tetran, hexaseptimal, if we've done this right. You can press the star again to stop the music, but we have another sub module. So we did get the odd case I had recently. So I shall put it here, and that number is 378. 378, well, technically it was 379. We'll take away 1, so and we have 378. When we factorise 378, you get 2, 3, 3, and 7. Now, of course, you would think, oh, we can just split that. The easiest way to split that would be 18 and 20. 21 as it was given. Well, not 18 and 21, it was 2 times 3 times 3 times 7. The closest you can get between them, as seen here, well, yeah, it was 18 and 21, so it was 18 and 21, because it's cubed, not squared. So that would be splitting them basically down the middle here. But of course, 18 and 21 are both not predetermined. In fact, neither of them are. However, if we move back up a bit, 14 and 27 aren't predetermined either. However, when we go to here, we have 9 and 42. 9 is a predetermined number, 42 isn't, but this one is prioritised because this one requires 1. Just in total, this would become Enna. This would have become 42 would have been. Ends up becoming 6 and 7. Which is hexaseptimal. Rather, so it would have, this one becomes Enna hexaseptimal, which as you can see requires 3 roots. But if we did it with these two numbers instead, we would need a 3, a 6, a 3, and a 7, which is, as you can see, 4 roots. So this one definitely applies for rule 2, but not for rule 1. Because this one has least roots. The first rule takes priority, and then it's a minimum of that. This one requires 3 roots. It is the smallest difference that requires 3 roots, so we go for that one. Sorry for getting that wrong the first time. I just assumed that it was always the case that it was the 2 closest to each other, which in most cases it normally is. But there are some side cases, so be careful. If you're unsure, look at the closest 2 and the first one that has a predefined factor and see if this one gives you a shorter result than this one, basically. Hopefully you understand this correction, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I'll see you later.